Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about the master number 11. We are going to bring numerology and tarot together to see what your year 2021 will be like, what it's asking for from you. But first, I think you have to understand what the master number 11 is. So I'm a master number 11, Lifepath. And I feel like Lifepath personal year, especially if a Lifepath, you definitely want to listen to these readings too. So master number 11 is the root of all the master numbers. I just wrote down like what I think of when I think of master number 11, and that is the healer, that is the peacemaker, that is the artist in many different ways. Master number 11 aligns with the tarot through the strength card, and that makes sense. The strength card, and by the time I'm done reading everything here, you'll understand why the strength card is so important in the tarot. So master number 11, what that means is you will have a higher intuition and higher spiritual insights. Some can even be psychic. This is truly an enormous power, both mentally and physically. And I have to say, you do feel that. If you're not working with the flow of the number, you probably feel that in like stomach aches, migraines. It's like because you're almost here to give a message anyway. So it is enormous power, but you gotta be careful also not to be critical of yourself. So you really are a channel for information between the higher and the lower. You are the bridge. And whether you use this on a small scale or a large scale, that's not really what it's about, but you are the bridge. You inspire people without your conscious effort. Sometimes I'm sure you're completely aware of it, but many times you're unaware of how you truly inspire people. So that must mean it's through your words, your actions, your energy, right? And 11 takes development. It takes time to develop to be all that you can be. Why? Because much like the Empress, it takes experiences and then understanding. The Strength card is the ability to overcome anything. Because you are above that. But sometimes when you're in it, it's hard to find it. So remember that. Remember that you have that inner strength. But anyway, so it can take time to really develop and time to live up to what you want to bring to the world. Don't put pressure on yourself and think, oh, I'm master number 11. I'm meant to bring messages to the world on a large scale. That's great if you can do that, but again, it's not really about that. But many of you will find yourself in that role. I find myself in that role accidentally. Keep your expectations realistic. That's probably the main thing. Keep them realistic. It doesn't mean, shoot for the stars. Yes, absolutely shoot for the stars, but also keep it realistic with what's around you too, right? Listen, many times you can build something out of nothing. I've done it a few times in my life. You have nothing, but yet then you build, right? And usually that comes from ideas, epiphanies. Master number 11, you want to pay attention to what you're feeling, even if it doesn't make sense at the time. I always think it's a good idea, just like I have these little notepads around. I buy them in bulk, and I just write down what comes to me. And sometimes it makes no sense, but it does later on. So keep your expectation realistic. The key for you is confidence. Having confidence within yourself is key that unlocks your potential, no doubt. Confidence doesn't mean I know everything, but I'm confident that I can find the answer. And remember that, because confidence is the key that unlocks your potential. Even if, and I'm thinking of, if my daughter is a master number 11, and she is a tarot channel also. So, it's about learning as you're going sometimes. Master number 11 usually will hit their real success at a later age, usually from age 35 and up. This is when they start to really find success. Now, this may be when they really start to find themselves, and trust themselves, and then your confidence boost, right? So then because naturally, remember, naturally, you're a healer, naturally, whether you want to be or not, right? It just comes out of you. You probably have friends who come to you with their problems because you just seem to know what to say. You are the peacekeeper, the peacemaker. So you can be that bridge between, it makes you a great counselor, because you can be the bridge. You can see both sides of it, right? And then you can bring in the truth. Some people feel that the card Justice represents master number 11. And I don't know. That could be the case also. I know Strength card does. But Justice, cause and effect. Cause and effect. So, do I have anything else I want to add other than bring in the tarot? I think just of those of you who feel like you have not hit your true success yet, but you're putting effort into it, I just want to say it'll come. Now, I also want you to realize, being a master number 11, you also carry the energy, you carry the energy of 1, to be honest. So, it's like you're always creating, right? Like you're always the magician. And then you carry the energy of 2. So, you definitely carry the energy of 2. So, I would listen also to, your personal year 2. So, we're in a universal year 5 for 2021. And that talks about change, right? Things are changed. The changes are coming. The winds are blowing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be a good thing. And right now we need change, right? We're growing as a unit, as a world, right? Like with the vaccines, whether you believe in it or not, it's not the case. It's just the development of. So, 5, we're changing. 5 asks you to be graceful, right? So that means, I don't always need to leave a room and slam the door behind me. I may gracefully bow and say goodbye. But let me bow to you. I gracefully bow and I say goodbye. Right? There's a way of handling things. Anyway. Someone wrote a comment that, how did she say it? Oh, she didn't come here for any lecture. And I get that, because sometimes I wonder, does that sound like a lecture? Never do I mean to come across as I'm lecturing you. I'm just giving to you what's coming to me. I also feel I am a channel. I am a bridge. So I allow that energy to flow freely. And so it does. So it is. Mercy. Have mercy on my soul. Right? It's like what a lot of us were calling out towards the end of 2020, mercy. Give us some mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. You know, same as being graceful, right? I may be ending something, but that doesn't mean I have to be a tornado doing it. All right. So now we're going to bring the tarot in. We're keeping all this information in mind. Master number 11 in a universal year 5. This is really what we're looking at. What's the potential of your year? I feel like the potential's great. All right, we're going to start with a new deck, and it's called the Light Seers or Seekers. The Light Seers Tarot. Also bought another deck called Tarot in the Night. It's in French, and I love it, but literally the cards are so dark. If you were sitting here, across the table from me, which in a way you are, you'd be able to see them much clearer, and I think it's important. So, but I do like them though. All right, we have the 5 of Pentacles. Another thing that I read, now I don't know if it's true or not, but they say usually in a master, let's say this is your personal year 11. Usually in the first 3 months, something happens. Now that would have already taken place, right? Something happens. And it may be uncomfortable. But after that, then everything calms down, like everything becomes peaceful in that. So, I don't know. And it's just reminding me of that with the 5 of Pentacles. Because the 5 of Pentacles is the energy of something happening where your hand was forced. It's kind of like out of your control. But it's the energy of really needing to move through it anyway. It's interesting because she's not moving. And you know what else is interesting is there's a key right there. And there's the lock. The key in the lock right there. But she's not seeing it, right? So in a way, it's talking about... what I feel like is just what I said earlier. Like, this is freeing, the ability to free yourself in some way. Now, this may talk about in your finances, but there's the key and there's the lock. And right now, she's not seeing it. 5 of Pentacles talks about being in what feels like uncomfortable energy. Again, why? Because it feels out of your control. This may talk about your financial sector. It feels out of my control. I don't know. Maybe I lost a job. I don't know what to do. But the message in the 5 of Pentacles, first of all, it's a 5. So 5 is asking for change. It's clear what needs to be changed here. Here, in this energy, she is not allowing herself to see that she has the key to unlock the door to potentially her own financial freedom. She's got to understand that. It's interesting. I don't know. It's like all of a sudden I see this water pouring out of her sleeve. I don't even know. That's probably just material, but it looks like water flowing out of her sleeve. So something on emotional nature. I just want to remind you again that what card represents Master number 11, the Strength card. This is exactly when you're pulling that energy that you have within you. This is when no matter what has happened, you know that you always have the key to unlock the door to your own success. So, anyways, change is being asked. This person here seems to be resistant to it. You know, Five of Pentacles, it's like you got to move with that energy, or I don't see things getting better. I think things will only get worse. And I hate to say that. It's almost like I'm bringing my own karma to me. Okay? Here's my key that unlocks the door to my success. I've got to tell myself that. I've got to know that. This year, now. Right? No matter what has happened. Okay, let's keep going. Look at this. We have the Five of Cups. So, there's the water that was pouring out of her sleeve. Five of Cups is talking about energy of the past, someone that I miss, something that I miss. You know, to be honest, it's a little bit of woe is me because I've been sitting in this energy, both of them, just kind of sitting, both of them focusing in the wrong direction, right? Yes, things have been lost. People have been lost. Love has been lost. All of that. We all know that, right? And I don't mean this to be a lecture. This is just what I'm feeling, especially with these two fives side by side. And both of them is the energy of not understanding what is left out there in the world for you. In the Five of Cups, she's focusing on all that she has lost. But what she doesn't realize is there's still two cups that she has yet to even find. So here, you know, part of it can be love, right? This can talk about your finances and love. Both of them are asking you to move out of this energy now and start to look at what may be, what can be, right? Wow. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups. You know, if this is going to be a person, she would be a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Look how she's connected. She almost looks like the High Priestess. Look at the connection here. She's connecting to above. And she's allowing that energy to flow through her. Right? She is like half above the water and half below the water. There's this crown that is just wants to reach her. So I feel like this is, listen, excuse me. I feel like this is you understanding what I'm talking about when I see the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups side by side. Both of them focusing on what I have lost financially, emotionally, in love, people, all that, right? But it's showing us that we're staying in that energy. That is what we're focusing on. However, you know, maybe it's through this reading, or maybe it's just energy that comes to you if you allow yourself. Because I feel like the Queen of Cups is like becoming herself again, right? I've had to go through these two situations, right? But they're experiences that I grow through. Remember, Master number 11, your experiences may be more difficult. But that's because that's what you want. That's because that's what you chose to take on. Why? Because you know that you can overcome it. You are the Strength card, right? You've been there. You know, this Queen looks like she's connecting to even her higher selves, or her selves who have overcome before, bringing that energy. So she's definitely bringing energy to me. She looks like she is... it's almost like I'm surrendering my way. So maybe my way wasn't working over here. And this is the surrendering to divine now. Maybe it takes both. Anyway, let's keep going. It definitely looks like this Queen is doing inner work. Her eyes are closed, and she's definitely connecting to above. Look at this. Here's the Ace of Pentacles. Well, so, Ace of Pentacles, this is a reward, a blessing, an opportunity that comes into your physical world. I love that in this card, like, it has roots, right? Like, this can be planted, and it will, the roots are alive. It will take. This is energies coming into your physical world. So this pentacle, whether it be an epiphany of just taking this one pentacle and then using it to create from there, whatever it is, it's coming into your physical world. Okay, let's try to move this a little faster. Just the way your reading wants to come out, though. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. Well, and 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups, you've got to be more merciful with yourself. You know, this Ace of Pentacles seems to be that you got up from that 5 of Pentacles. You took that key and you unlocked that door. Now, maybe unlocking that door also unlocked the emotional energy that you may have been holding on to, right, within the 5 of Cups. Because it's showing me that, not like, maybe I didn't just have emotional loss. I feel like I also had financial loss. You know, it has forced my hands. Nonetheless, this Queen of Cups is centering herself. It's like she's meditating, she's connecting to above. She is finding that key. It's funny. It almost looks like she's got a key around her neck. So she take that key, unlock it, boom. There's the Ace of Pentacles. Here we go, right? Here we go. We have the King of Swords. It can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. The Moon, it's interesting how I'm getting a lot of energy of, like, the Queen of Cups. She's like, you know, half her body's in the water and half her body's out of the water. In the Moon, your whole body is in the water, yet I can still see the light of the moon. You know, what does that mean? It means there's still help. There's still hope. Interesting, I see these 2 wolves howling at the moon. One's black, one's white. But they're on dry land. And it's, I don't know why, I'm seeing this King of Swords sitting like on a mountaintop. Almost like he's disconnected from the world. And he's like on the mountaintop, and then here's somebody who is at the bottom of the ocean. 2 totally different types of energies I'm feeling. This King of Swords may in some way cause some of these 5s. This could have been someone who's cut off communication with you. You know, it's funny because I'm looking at, he's like, there's this, I don't know, maybe a telephone pole, but the wires looks cut. Maybe he cut that wire. So maybe this king has caused, whoever he is, doesn't have to be an error, but he definitely is using the sword. I feel like someone may have just, and again, I feel like this has already happened. Because we open with the energy of you still kind of being there and focusing on that. It's interesting because I feel like maybe somewhere in your life, you know, you don't feel like you had emotional closure on something. And maybe you're waiting for someone else to bring you that emotional closure. I feel like this is telling you, you may not receive that from another, but you can certainly give it to yourself. Give yourself emotional closure over something, like allow it to be part, right? It's, I lived it, but I'm not going to continue to experience it. Okay, anyway, we have the Four of Swords. This has been coming up a lot, guys, and this is a beautiful energy because this is saying take a moment out, allow yourself to heal, right? This person's like nesting. There's her heart. So I feel like, in this Four Swords, it's certainly talking about healing, prayers being heard. And through that, it's interesting because the Queen of Cups has the ability to receive that. Some of you are receiving information this year through your dreams. They may not make sense. So write them down, at least write like the bullet points down because maybe it'll come in segments. But I do feel like here's the ability to connect. And I feel like you are definitely connected to a higher energy if you're worried about that. Definitely a higher energy. It's interesting because the Ace of Pentacles attached to that. Again, does that then give you an opportunity? Are you being shown a way to make money, right? To find abundance for yourself. For yourself. Well, let's see what else we have. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. That's temptation. Calls to us sometimes. I feel like for some of you where this temptation may come from, or the temptation you may feel this year may be to keep you away from your creative endeavors, and know that's and maybe it's because there's still things unknown about how things will turn out. Here is this Ace, right? If I'm looking for closure, I may not get it from someone else. And that may be an energy that keeps pulling me back instead of out. So consider that. I do feel like there's definitely been some pain here because I feel like it's almost like someone took you to the bottom, dropped you at the bottom of the ocean, right? But here's the Four Swords. Here's divine knowing that, seeing that, healing you, right? Helping you to heal yourself. Helping you to heal yourself also from the temptations that tend to keep you away from your potential, right? Don't allow that energy to keep you away from your potential. This queen is very connected and she's allowing herself to be. She's very open. We have look at this, we have the Six of Swords coming over the Devil. So first of all, that's kind of beautiful. So again, we're looking at the year, right? I almost forget what I'm doing. I just do a reading. Six of Swords. This is where it's interesting. I talked to my daughter this morning, and a lot about what we talked about is coming up in this reading. She's a master number 11. Many of you know her. She has her own tarot channel, Jenny Love Tarot. And no, I'm not trying to promote here. I'm just trying to show you the connections between all of us. Many times I hear you say, my God, Sandy, that song you sang, I just heard it. Or that title you gave, I just read it. The synchronicities are everywhere. So anyways, I feel like the Six of Swords is saying, what's my goal here? My goal here is to allow myself to heal and connect this year. This is going to bring in some type of potential abundance. But you also have the dark side, just like in everything. And that dark side for you this year is the temptation to keep you away from your potential. So how can I battle that? Well, first of all, I got to see it, right? So in the Six of Swords, first thing I did is I was at the Five of Swords, and that's where I see what's toxic around me, who's been toxic. This person over here where I feel like maybe somewhere they just kind of cut that telephone line. they're on the mountaintop and you're on the bottom of the ocean. I just want to say that, I feel like this will hold such little weight other than a lesson learned here. And don't allow it to hold the weight that it may hold right now, because it's holding a lot of weight over you. And it may be because of uncertainty. I feel like don't expect at the Six of Swords, I'm moving beyond that. I'm moving out of it. I see it, right? During this almost awakening time, or this time of awareness, or it's coming through your dreams again. Everything seems to be very clear for you this year. But toxicity, these fives, there's a lot of fives. And fives ask for change gracefully, as graceful as you can, right? And when you're in the Six of Swords, you're in very choppy water in the Six of Swords. But its promise is, as you get further and further away from this toxic type energy, or people, or even the needing of from someone that may never come, the water becomes calmer and calmer and calmer. And here I go right back to what I was thinking, where, remember I said I read something may happen like in the first 3 months, and it may be uncomfortable, but boy, does it move you to much calmer water. Here it is. Got a little doggy out there. Okay, we're going to keep going. Let's bring the clarifiers out. We have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom. So this is a beautiful energy of knowledge, of learning, of comprehending, of building, right? Building a foundation that is coming through your knowledge, your wisdom. This is where I'm really seeking it, and I'm allowing myself to follow it. And I swear, when you allow yourself to follow it, it's like you comprehend it so easily. And it just keeps sparking your interest. And I have a feeling it has something to do with this Ace of Pentacles over here. So I think that's good news. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. You carry the energy of two, which can be about relationships, can be about partnership, right? But it's not any old partner, right? That's not what you seek in the two. You seek soulmate type energy. So remember that now. It doesn't, because I feel like you may have been with some karmic partners, and that's okay. It's experiences, right? And that's truly what it is. An experience you've learned. And I know I make light of it. I know the pain of it. But nonetheless, we've got to keep moving. Okay, bummer. We have the Eight of Swords. This can talk about also 2020 and, kind of mixing them together. The Eight of Swords, this is about, a self-created prison. First of all, she's got a blindfold on, right? First of all, you created this energy. Nobody can create this energy but you. Now, it can be created because of outside influence, but you nonetheless took it on, right? So each sword is standing tall. It can be other people's opinions, other people's thoughts, other people's ideas of you, and maybe what you want to be, what you want to do. So it chips away at your self-confidence. And Master number 11, your confidence is the key. So you cannot allow these eights to stand. And I don't mean to say it so boldly, but I feel like because I'm also a Master number 11 too. So it's like we cannot allow this to stand, right? We need to learn just to look at things head on. So we've had these two fives, right? The Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. instead of creating a barrier because of it, we need to look right at it instead. She needs to take her blindfold off. It's almost like, her hands are tied, her feet are tied, but it's so loosely done because she did it herself. So she can free herself at any time, but it's kind of an energy you can get stuck in. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Tower. Listen, first of all, I want to just tell you, I feel like any towers that have happened, and I feel like through your whole life, and your life going forward, you have the ability to see them for what they really are. No facades, right? No mask. You can see them. You can feel them coming. You can dodge them, really. Really. But not in the Eight of Swords energy. No. No, they feel like they'll keep hitting me. It's almost like I allow myself to stay in that Tower energy. This Queen of Cups seems to be taking on a completely different role here, though, I have to tell you. And it may come from the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, again, I feel like while you're healing, you're nesting here, you're receiving, maybe even in your dreams, some epiphanies. These epiphanies are more than just to help you heal. They're certainly to help you heal, but they're also to help you live the kind of life that you really want to live, right? That you really want to live. So, I feel like this Queen of Wands is someone who gets inspired in spite of the Tower. Maybe I get inspired because of the Tower, right? There's no fear here any longer. Now, I have to be honest, I'm not sure what changed between the Eight of Swords. We'll keep looking. We have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. We have the Six of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And we have Temperance. Beautiful. Temperance coming right over your healing. That's divine, right? That's divine timing, divine order. Knowing that your prayers are heard and they're answered, not always in the way that you want them to be answered, but always in the best way for you. Temperance is almost like putting a hold on certain things, because I feel like it's like the universe waiting for you in a way, right? I feel like with the Seven of Cups coming over this Ace of Pentacles and next to the Tower, listen, here is the fear that I feel for 2021. I may make the choice to, don't get mad at me, feel bad for myself, sorry for myself. Even though you have every reason to, I want you to understand that. And because of that, I'm going to create this barrier around me. Now, this barrier, I think, is protecting me, but what it's doing is it's keeping life away from me. It's not allowing me to see these potentials that come towards me, like this Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity, something that may just come out of nowhere. Temperance is looking right at it. So then in the Seven of Cups, how do I make a choice? How do I know if it's good for me or not? I don't know if it is. It probably isn't. I start to think about all of it in that way. Why? Because there's still a certain temptation, a certain type of dark energy that you're allowing to... Listen, you can't always get away from it, but you can certainly control it. How do I do that? Control you, yourself, and your destiny. This is about your destiny. So Temperance says that something in the energy of Temperance, it asks you to let go of the things you cannot control and allow Divine to handle that, period. Just allow Divine to handle that. That alone should help take some weight off your shoulders. Temperance says, no matter what it is that you're looking for in life, if you take these opportunities, right, if you see them, and then you take them, That Ace of Pentacles, it's already got roots, right? What's it going to take? It takes you to plant it and then to water it, right? And to tend to it. And it is bountiful. But Temperance is like, first, this Four of Swords needs to happen. The Four of Swords is healing of the heart, but it's also healing of one more sword, and that is of you. And that is your place in anything and everything, right? And this is from a knowledge point of view. This is not in a judgmental point of view. This is not to put yourself down. This is to show yourself how you have grown, how you have learned, because some of you are reaching or already in that energy of where, listen, you're the natural healer. It's almost like you're the natural teacher, but you got to trust it. You got to trust it, because clearly for some of you, these tower moments are still affecting you. Rip off the blindfold, look at it face to face, and this is just so that you can then from there know what to do. This King of Swords is attached to the Six of Cups, so it talks about someone of your past that may at one time you have good memories of. I don't know. I just kind of feel like he's gone now. I feel like you're in two totally different places, but at the same breath, I feel like there's no real loss there. It feels like loss. But first of all, someone who's going to cut their telephone line so they don't have to talk to me, well, why do I want to talk to them? Why do I want to talk to them, right? I'm a master number 11. I am a bridge. I need to be who I am. And people like that, they just don't belong in your atmosphere. So then as you move along with Temperance here, who's meant to be in your life that will enhance your life? I'm telling you, they will show up. They will show up. The Six of Swords talks about moving again to much more calmer waters, and that can just be a mental, with this Eight of Swords, this mental energy that I allow to go. All right, I want to look at one more thing before I let you go. I want to look at the Eight of Swords, and I want to look at between the Queen of Wands. I want to look between the two of them, and I want to see what this change, how this change came about. A Two of Cups, oh boy, and the King of Cups. First of all, we have the Queen of Cups, right? So again, doesn't matter what sign you are. The Queen and King of Cups talks about two people who really like being in a relationship. They prefer being in love. They understand the importance. First of all, you're an 11 and a 2, right? And a 2 of Cups. Funny how before I said I feel like someone over here, all this weight that you put on your shoulders feels like it's like they won't even matter. Because just like Temperance says, everything in its right time, everything in divine time. You'll be at the right place at the right time, right? But what you need to look at is this seed, this Ace of Pentacles, and work on it, right? Like put your focus on it and allow Temperance, allow divine to handle everything else. Because this, I feel like, is your key to awakening everything it is you need to really start living abundantly. Truly. I'm not kidding. And then, hello. I'm not surprised to see love on this path. And I like that it's the same sign of what we already have, right? Very like-minded people. Soulmate energy. Is it love? Well, it kind of looks like love, but it can also be partnership, right? I partner up with the right person and my life just takes off. You are the ship. You are the captain of your ship. And that's what Temperance is asking you to be, the captain of your ship, right? Let the walls down of these Eight of Swords of what was, especially if it's connected to someone who put you there, and understand that that is nothing more than what was, right? This is about now, what is and what can be. You know, it's interesting how we keep ourselves in choppy waters when the calm waters are right over there, right? They're right over there. But, like, to get there, like, right? We got to go through the Five of Pentacles, uncomfortable energy. The Strength card, your major arcana. Also Leo's, by the way. But for Master 11, it is strength, your ability to overcome anything, to master the beast within yourself. And that beast may just be what keeps you from you tending to this pentacle, right? From you connecting to above and receiving those epiphanies. That type of energy. So, let's read Mercy, and then I'll let you go. I found this very interesting, guys. I hope you do too. I guess it doesn't really matter if I do. Mercy. This card asks you to notice the way in which you relate to people, including yourself. If you are kind and thoughtful towards others, you will have higher self-esteem. While you can't control how another person treats you, mercy and compassion are usually returned in kind. This card is a message to avoid gossip or criticism of yourself or others, and to consciously speak in loving and empowering ways. The higher energy generated by positive words will insulate you from negativity. This is the true meaning of judge not, lest ye be judged. Beautiful. I mean, come on. It was the perfect ending to this reading. You know, what I want to say is tend to this pentacle. This pentacle feels like a gift that comes to you. It's something that can be rooted. It's something that can grow, flourish. And I just feel like when you're in that element, you know, it's kind of like in your natural element. It would make sense that then this Two of Cups, as Temperance says, will come in at the right time, right? You'll just be at the right place at the right time. It's just the way it is. And that you can trust. Focus on what you can grow, yourself, your soul's expansion. Your soul expands by the experiences and then the reflection over them. And then the wisdom gained from them. That is how your soul expands. So if you really came here for soul expansion, then don't beat yourself up for the hard experiences that you've had. Instead, give yourself a tap on the back for how you've overcome them. And if you haven't ever overcome some yet, you will. If you have that type of confidence. Confidence is your key to unlock your success. Just in your life, period. I love you guys. I'm going to stop talking now. You know, I feel like this relates to those who have a master number 11 life path. Also those with a personal year 11. And for both of you, I feel like you still want to watch 2 because that's important. That may pick up where we're leaving off at this 2 of Cups. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been that was quite a few videos ago. But anyways, you're moving to calmer waters. Allow yourself. You natural healer. Right? That's who you are. You're the natural artist. And that comes in so many different forms. Don't think of just an artist as someone who paints a picture. You do paint a picture, but in many different ways. You can paint a picture with words. Right? So, I love you guys. I will, let me know what you think. Let me know how you relate. And I'll see you in the readings. Bye-bye.